This stretch of coast is as dramatic as it gets. In fact, it has one of the most famous coastal drives in the world, comparable with California's legendary Pacific Highway. It's also a feat of engineering built in the 16th century. This is just a part of Italy's Amalfi Coast. Here, the land falls in sheer cliffs into the Mediterranean. Winding through it is a 45-kilometre road threading its way between Positano and Vietri sul Mare, said to have more than 1,000 bends. In May 1953, John Steinbeck wrote an article on the town of Positano for Harper's Bazaar. This was a poor fishing village, but soon the rich and the famous came flooding in. Elizabeth Taylor, Laurence Olivier, Liza Minnelli, Robert De Niro. And in the 60s, the fashion for bikinis took off on this town beach. The town itself is as Steinbeck described it. It tumbles in a pastel avalanche down to the blue pewter water. Its blade-thin alleys are stuffed with shops touting local lace, leather and maiolica. The coastal road winds on. Amalfi is the highlight. This was one of the great duchies of the Middle Ages, most famous as the backdrop for Webster's bloody play, The Duchess of Malfi. It had commercial ties all over the Mediterranean, trading with Christians and Arab alike. The Cathedral of St Andrew is a showcase of architectural fusion. Moorish meets Gothic. The arches along the facade are reminiscent of those at the famous Mezquita in Cordoba. Bronze doors were the first of their kind in Italy. There had been a church here since the 500s, but this was put up in the early 13th century as a result of a hit-and-run raid on the great Christian capital of the East, Constantinople. The infamous Fourth Crusade bypassed the Holy Land and instead captured Constantinople, ransacking its palaces and churches. The Amalfitans got their hands on the relics of St Andrew, one of Christ's first apostles, and built this cathedral to house them. The relics are kept here in the saint's crypt. Amalfi is a great base for exploring the region, or it's worth half a day's tour itinerary. But the real magic of this place is the coast itself.